Well, welcome to another Living Well is a Lifestyle vlog where we talk about all things living well and designing a life that you wish. Welcome again. I am Dr. Eve, and we are talking about cucumbers today. How to keep your cucumbers in reproduction mode. You guys, I have harvested my very first cucumber of the spring season. Here she is. She is straight, a straight eight straight. That's what it's called, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, she's a nice size. And since I was harvesting her today, I wanted to come and share with you all how to keep your cucumbers in production mode because the moment that you leave a cucumber on your vine too long, the vine will go into non-reproduction. It will sense that it has done its job because it has produced a mature seedling. So we want to make sure that we are harvesting our cucumbers as you can harvest them as young as you want. Kitchen cucumbers don't have to be big or large or the most important thing is to keep your plant in reproduction mode. I have 5 plants this year, no, 5 here that I'm sitting on the vertical growing vertically and 3 or 4 that are growing on the ground. I'm growing some letting some crawl across my asparagus field and some are growing on my Huguet's Couture mound. But I'm going to turn my camera around so I can show you how I'm growing my vertical ones today. And this trellis method that I'm using for my cucumbers is a tent. Remember we talked about my tent? So I am growing some cucumbers on a trellis. These are my cucumbers, and all 5 are reproducing right now. Every single one of them have fruit on them. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one. Okay. Let's see. Here's one. I just pulled one off of this one, which is this one here, right? Here's one right there. If you can see it, the flower. All right, here's another one right here. So the cucumbers are doing well. And over here, we have babies that are at the top and at the bottom. Let me see if I can hone in on the baby at the bottom right there. Can you see it? So we are in reproduction mode. One of the things that I am doing this year is really honing in on the health of my plants. Now, these are actually growing in containers. As you can see, these are gallon size or maybe maybe gallon size containers. And the way I'm keeping them watered is using the troughs at the bottom. If you can see, I have these troughs right here at the bottom. It allows for me to keep the cucumbers moist and watered from the bottom and keeping, keep lessening the pest pressure by keeping the water away from the leaves. Because one of the things that you can you can have happen to your cucumbers is powdery mildew. There are several things that can affect your cucumbers. There's the cucumber beetle. I've also chased away the leaf footer, the leaf foot bug that sucks the sap out of everything. Um, I've not seen the cucumber beetle yet. I know it's probably coming around soon, but I have not seen it yet. Um, but I know that my plants have some spots on them. I did notice that, but I have given my plants some hot. Hey, Shireen, any Arabic here? Oh, I'm not sure. Um, what I um notice is that they do have some spots on them. like yellowing spots on the foliage, and some little holes. I think that's probably from the leaf foot, leaf miner. Not sure. Because I have been there's this bug that has a foot on it that be on it that I be chasing away. So I'm thinking it's that bug. Not sure. But I am extremely proud of the way these are growing. I actually they out grew the stakes. I first initially staked them so that they could, have grow upwards the way that I wanted them to. They had lots and lots of flowers. The bees have hovered over them. They have pollinated the fruit. Every morning they're here. They were here vigorously getting the pollen and pollinating the fruit that I see. So they're doing what they needed to do. Last year I planted some and they didn't do so well. Now, how do you get your harvest all year long? Because these will eventually spend themselves. My hope is that they will, if I will keep harvesting and I will keep getting them and to grow all the way up this vine. I have strung up put some string using, let me see what kind of string. I don't have it here with me, but I use this yarn, like it's a hemp yarn, not yarn, but hemp, and strung it up to the brace of the tent bar using shower curtain clips. There's a shower curtain clip up on each one of these, and I um yeah, did a zigzag. I only used one string for this one because I made it long enough that I could do all three right here, like a Jacob's ladder almost effect. And then, but this one I started out with one string. So it's turned out really, really good. I love the way they're growing, and the way they're finding their way up the trellis. So trellis for this is the tent trellis that we originally talked about. It is doing well. The cucumbers are doing well. And my point of this message was to tell you that you must harvest your cucumbers. Get them off that vine. This is gonna be for dinner today. I'm super excited. I got some cherry tomatoes. Everything, is doing well around here. I have lots of tomatoes, that are I'm surrounded by them, and I have my cherry tomatoes that are coming up. I have lettuce that's spent. So I have some romaine lettuce to take in today, but I'll probably have a small salad for dinner. And but yeah, that was what the video was really supposed to be about. So I don't want to stay long. But what I did want to finally tell you is to keep you can have up to at least 4 or 5 life cycles of cucumbers. It's now time for me to start another set of cucumbers. And the reason why is because these will eventually spin. They will spin out and reproduce all they want to reproduce. But when they are finished, the goal is to have more available to put into the pot so that I can continue to grow all through the summer, that I will have plenty of cucumbers, not just for my table and for salads, but the more you pick, the more you have, so you don't have to wait until they get to a mature size. You just don't want them to get yellow. And you see what was about to happen? You don't want it to yellow at all. Pick it while it's green, all green. And so this was about to be very mature, but it's very soft down there. So I'm thinking I may have got it right at the right time because I had been watching it. So it's nice and firm up here, but it's, a little soft down here. So I'm actually thinking I got it in time, and I'm going to be keeping a careful watch on my cucumbers and put that on my cycle on my daily morning. You have to look because they grow quickly. Cucumbers can grow so quickly, and you can have cucumbers that are just hiding. I had that was my first season. My first season, I had so many cucumbers, they were hiding everywhere. And yes, I did get really big cucumbers that were yellow, and that was why they were dying away, because I didn't know that that was a signal that they had done all they were going to do. They had produced all they wanted to produce. So anyway, try this type of trellising. I use everything in my on the property to my avail to help me to do this thing called gardening and homesteading. I have another tent that's going up over there. That's up over there that I'm going to be doing the same thing with tomatoes, because I have tomatoes over there. So we're going to be vining them upward vertically to that tent frame, because that's what it is. And the beauty about the tent, using the tent frame, is the wind won't take it away, because it doesn't have a hood on it. If it had a roof on it, then the roof could make it the get in the wind can get into the roof of the covering and take it away. But the tents are braced down. I have staked them in the ground. Um and if you want to even further secure them, you can put them in with some blocks. You can actually stake the tents into some um some cement blocks, because I'm good for cementing some stuff down. So that those are some things that you could do. But go ahead, make sure that once you have your vines growing, go ahead and make your new starts. So because I have a whole nother side I can use over here and a side over there, but I don't want too many at one time. So the goal is to be successful at my cucumber growing, and to get plenty of cucumbers to preserve. And so I will go ahead and start some new seeds this week. So because I want them to be nice and healthy, and I'll bring them out when they'll grow probably really quickly, because we have reached the temperature that cucumbers like to grow. So that means that they will probably grow really fast. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, make sure that you are picking your cucumbers aggress aggressively to send the signal to the vine to keep going until it produces a mature seed. A mature seed, and the plant is going to stop producing. Do not let it get to the mature seed, y'all, and it will continue to produce and produce and produce and produce until it just spent out, right? But the other success point that I have is my watering method. I literally use troughs. Let me say it again. I have troughs down there that they sit in, like I do for my plants in the house. And these troughs, I put the water in there, and they just grow, and they are doing very, very well. And I wanted to show them to you today, how well they are producing. Cucumbers, y'all, make sure you can grow upwards. You can grow them on the ground. This behind it is a pollinator bed, so where my sunflowers are growing and my wildflowers are growing from seed. Everything in that bed is growing from seed. I decided not to spend that money, but just to throw the seeds out there and, let it create on its own. So by putting this next to the pollinator garden as well, I think is also a very good move on my behalf, because when the flowers start opening up on these cucumbers, the bees come running, and the bees will already be in this area. Once you plant a pollinator bed, the bees are busy, busy bees, and so they are here in a good place where the bees can actually find them. So it's high sun time for them. They get most of their sun in the afternoon. As you can see, the sun is shifting now, and this is their sun season. So it's their time. Right about now, they will get their 4 to 6 hours of sun until the evening. The sun begins to move over here to the east and before it goes down sets over here. So it's getting its good sun now. Um, I give them fill their water troughs in the morning to keep them from wilting. So they're doing good, and I am so ecstatic about my cucumber, y'all. Your girl has a cucumber. It's spring, and I have harvested my first cucumber. And y'all, I just pray over my garden. I pray and ask the Lord to cover it, to show me what I need to do to get me on a cycle to be a good steward over these things. Gotta go. My battery is dying. Hope you have the most amazing day in whatever you do. Don't let anyone get in the way on your journey to becoming who God has called you to become and building a life worth living. Living well is a lifestyle that you get to cultivate. All right, everyone.